I speculate that Grand Theft Auto 6 will release on October 19th, 2025 as early access premium edition, the $100 plus edition, with a full launch on October 21st, 22nd, or 23rd. So that's basically 48 to 96 hours of game time for people to play due to FOMO. And this is why I speculate that. Hey, it's Joel Peters, and it's currently 9:45 p.m. PST on February 12th, 2025. And I made a little bit of a post, a thread basically, on good old X/Twitter. And it's this. I speculate that Grand Theft Auto 6 will release on October 19th, 2025 for early 48-hour to 72-hour premium edition access. As is the trend, and I think officially it will launch on October 21st to 22nd. And this is a thread that will explain why. Or in this case, this is a video that will explain why. Again, I'm going to be reading from this, so keep that in mind. Borderlands 4 is going to officially release on September 23rd, 2025. So, if the main release date is October 21st or 22nd, it makes a lot of sense to me. One, it's wishful thinking because it's on my birthday, October 19th. But if you release the game early and you get $100 for an early access edition, and people call in sick on Monday, which a lot of people are saying is going to be national, sick day, basically, as a joke, because they played on Sunday, October 19th, well, you have to think about it. How else are people going to pay $100 plus USD for a copy? How else are Take-Two going to get people to part with $100 or more for this? Let's say the premium edition, the early access, and we've seen that with Ubisoft, with EA, with all these other companies. $100 US, almost as a minimum, with early access as like the premium edition maybe being $150. How we're going to get that precedent set, right? Well, people are going to get FOMO from the biggest game of 2025, if not this decade. They will go out and buy consoles to buy this specific game, and people like me will probably double dip to get the eventual PC version in 1 to 3 years. Online will likely fully roll out about a month or so after release. Maybe it will be there in the game, but it'll be very rudimentary unless they're going to pull it from basically what they've done with 5 and they migrated over with what they were going to do with Path of Exile 2. Don't know about that one. But I was a first round player of online on the Xbox 360. Now, this is not something I'm completely certain about. But if you look at the games that are releasing from Take-Two or 2K in fall 2025, you've got Borderlands 4, again on September 23rd, Grand Theft Auto 6 or GTA 6, or VI if you want to call it that, which is going to release at some time between the end of September and November. Mafia: The Old Country, probably around Christmas time or December. And then, of course, the new Call of Duty is going to come out in November, as is the usual trend. The new Battlefield might come out this year, or it comes out next year. Big games are on the horizon. Of course, there's a lot of other things releasing on Game Pass and stuff. We've been hearing talks about how publishers and devs don't want to compete with Grand Theft Auto 6. They understand it's going to be a massive game, and they want to sit it out until the game is released and into the wild, and they have enough time to catch up. Now, I know that Black Ops 6 released on October 25th, 2024, so I could be completely off base with my prediction. However, I also did say that the Eagles would win this latest Super Bowl, so I feel like could be on point, and that's just speculation on my part. It could be out there. But there's other speculation that GTA 6 could release November 11th, which is just in time for Black Friday hype. So they release a week early before Black Friday, or a week and a half. Enough time for people to play the game, get into it, get immersed, and be like, I need to buy a console really badly. Again, FOMO. And this could be right. And if you look at how things are released, we'll get into that in a second. But we also have to take into consideration most Grand Theft Auto games have released in October. So Rockstar could repeat GTA 3's release date, or they could go whole ham and they could release on October 29th, 2025, like they did with Vice City. The reason for this is Grand Theft Auto 1, November 28th, 1997. Grand Theft Auto 2, October 22nd, 1999. Grand Theft Auto 3, October 23rd, 2001. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, October 29th, 2002. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, October 26, 2004. Then, Grand Theft Auto 4, April 29th, 2008. Grand Theft Auto 5, September 17th, 2013. And of course, GTA 6 releasing fall 2025. But if we go with the handheld games, Grand Theft Auto Advance, October 26, 2004. Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories, October 25th, 2005. Grand Theft Auto Vice City Stories, October 31st, 2006. Grand Theft Auto Chinatown Wars, March 17th, 2009. I haven't looked at to when episodes from Liberty Cities, like the 2 DLCs released. Did not look into any of that. I just went mainline. We are likely looking at an October release. And I want to say, and again, I looked at the math on it. I looked at all of this. It makes a lot of sense because if you're releasing early, which a lot of games, big hyped games seems to be doing, releasing in enough time before Halloween and everything makes sense. But if you release it October 26th as early access, that's, you get 24, 48, 72, 96 hours of early access gameplay to officially launch for everyone else on October 29th. Very, very possible. However, there's one thing to keep in mind. This is the biggest game, so Take-Two release whenever they want to, and they don't have to follow the same trends that used to go. But there used to be a saying, I believe, that games were released on a Tuesday. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure games usually released on a Tuesday. And the reason for that was because it was enough hype and enough time for people got paid usually on that Friday, so they had enough time, when reviews would come out, so things would trickle in and people would have a time to get it. There's another time when games release as well, but I'm pretty sure games release on a Tuesday. Yeah, so there it is. Releasing games on Tuesday ensures developers and publishers get a full week's worth of sales data, which is crucial for all those all-important first week numbers. And games have been traditionally released on a Tuesday. And it actually, here's a reason for it too. It's a leftover model from physical releases. This comes from PC Gaming's subreddit by a user named Failed Jedi 10 years ago. They said it was the leftover model for physical releases. If the delivery date was Friday and your shipment was late, you would miss a whole weekend of sales on a big name title. So instead of getting most places their shipments Friday and making them sit on it, they try to get the places the stuff Monday for sale on Tuesday. It also makes sense if it was later in the week, because it would also make sense if it was later it would also make sense. So if it was later in the week, it would be weird putting it into the ad that went out Sunday, but it's not for sale until Friday. So if it's early in the week, it makes more sense for Sunday's ad. With how efficient shipping is in general now, ads are really they're really not that important. And the ever-increasing digital sales, none of this is really relevant anymore. But decades ago, it was a big deal, and the tradition kind of just stayed. Also, someone wrote, and your player base usually skyrockets on weekends too. So better have a few days to fix things before that. So let's just say, for the sake of it, Grand Theft Auto 6 releases on October 19th. And let's say they're planning to release, because this is the last part I want to add to it for the thing. GTA Online officially launched, let's call it a soft launch, officially launched on, and this is why it's really important, October 1st, 2013. Okay? So, GTA Online launches October 1st, 2018. And the last game to release, the latest release of all of it is GTA's Definitive Edition, the Trilogy Definitive Edition, or Defective Edition, people call it. That was November 11th, 2011. Skyrim is the last game that launched in November 11th that I can remember. Maybe there's something after. But anyway, GTA 5, as we mentioned, released on September 17th, 2013. So if we look at how long that was, and eventually on April 14th, 2015 on Windows, and then 2022 on PS5, Xbox Series X, all that stuff, right? It did launch. But if we go all the way back to 2013, and just to give you an idea of how long they had to fix the game, or to release it, September 17th was released on a Tuesday, right? So going to that Tuesday idea, they had 2 weeks to release online. So they had 2 weeks for people to finish the game, to wrap up the single player, which is more than enough time if you're playing all the way through, and then jump into online. And then, of course, online was glitchy and buggy and had its issues and super rocky. But it was still fun, and the bones were there. So that is why I think October 19th, 2025 will be GTA 6's early access launch date with October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Thanks for watching.